Today's project is accelerator rail replacement covers. So we're going to have to pull the accelerator rail out. Some of the tools you're going to need are going to be Allen wrenches. I don't know what size that is. The size has worn off of the package and my eyes don't work. 5mm Allen wrench, 13mm socket, 10mm socket, 17mm socket. First thing we're going to do in order to make enough room to get the rails out, we're going to have to pull our ball doors. So we'll go ahead and take the springs off. We're going to have to take our deflectors off. Wrong way. There we go. So 13mm for the bolts on the deflector. Just toss those aside. $5mm Allen wrench. We're going to take the top and bottom bolt off of the screws that hold our ball door in. Good thing we got some wobbly bits. There we go. Other side. You don't have to take both of them out. It gives you a little more work room if you do. Just for the sake of this, we're going to do both. Oh no, I lost that little washer. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. I can get a new one. We're going to have to pry the little shaft retaining clips out. There's one. There's two. Alright, this one's going to come out. Set it aside. Same thing on the other side. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Set those aside. Alright, two ball doors are out. The deflectors are off. The hard part now, there's two little teeny tiny 10mm screws. Let me move you guys in so you can see. Those little 10mm screws in there, those things need to come out. It's a bit of a stretch. There, now you can kind of see a little bit better. 10mm. Big reach. There's one. And two. I'm just going to leave them in that base plate. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going to lose them. Switch to a 17mm deep well socket. I'm going to take the nuts off of the studs. Making sure to save the washers. I don't want to lose these. It's looking a little dirty in there, man. Alright. So this just pulls straight towards the rear of the machine. Usually. Yeah. That one was in there. Alright. So now we can extract our bolts, lock washers, spacers, and set those in our hardware pile. We're going to bring this thing to the shop, clean it up, put some new rail cover on it. I don't know if you guys want to take a nice close look in there. This stuff is shot. It's way past due. We neglected this a little too long. Turn it sideways and lift it up and out. There you go. All right, we're going to flip this upside down. I'm just going to take one rail off and do that one. In reality, I'm going to do both. I just don't need to take up all your time and have you guys watch the same thing twice. It just kind of gets redundant. Definitely some loud noises. Let go. All right. It's going to separate the rail from the base. Bring it up and put it in the vise. We're going to split the rail right here. We're going to cut off what's damaged and replace just that section. All right, so we've got this thing jigged up in the vise. Our bad rail goes to right here, so we're going to just cut probably about a 1/4 inch back from that. Just zip one time right around the outside. Easier said than done because my blade is getting dull. Okay. Continue the split to our termination cut, and the rest of this should just come off nice and easy. Clean. It will go on better if the rail is clean. Since I don't have any baby powder, I'm going to use some Bowler's Easy Slide and just coat the bejesus out of that. Same thing with the new tubing. We're going to dump some down the inside of the tubing. It's going to help it slide on without any major hang-ups. Let's get it started on there. Yeah. Okay. Air compressor coming in. You guys can see I got a little air compressor fitting here. Running about 45 psi on this, so we're going to give a little shot of air and shove. And then a little shot of air and shove. Somebody makes a foot pedal control for the air valve. They're expensive and fancy, and I don't really think I need one. I do pretty good without it. I'm going to cut about a 1/4 inch behind the rail and leave some extra tubing. Try to make it as straight as I can, but that was not a good cut. You want it straight because the next one, you want to have those seams line up without any major gaps in there. Alright, and the last thing, we're going to have to cut a hole out there for the bolt. There's a little recess milled into the bottom of the rail. There's a spacer and a bolt that go in here. Almost. Nice. All right. We're going to put this one in. I'm going to do the other side off camera, and I don't want to waste your time. All right, we are back. We've got everything replaced, cleaned up. ready to go back in. Button this thing back up. Don't. All right, so we're gonna start sideways and then flatten it out. All right, that's seated in the channel there. So we just need to keep pushing forward. All right, all the way back in and seated. Let's get you guys in a different angle here. All right, let's start with the studs and the nuts. We're just going to thread everything on by hand first, and then we'll go through and lock it all down. We want to make sure everything fits right before we start tightening everything down. The hard part is going to be those little 10mm screws. It's one of the reasons why both of these come out, so that your arm, yeah, someone's having fun up there. So you have enough room in that hole for your arm. Alrighty. Little bolt, lock washer, spacer. Big reach in. I'm actually looking through the open ball door, through the ball box. There's one. Where's my other screw? Right there. Seem to be missing a lock washer. Nope, I got it. It was under some fuzz. All right, number 2. Who does number 2 work for? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and lock our stud bolts down. Those are definitely tight. This is not an impact rated socket either. All right, switching to 10mm. Big reach. These ones don't need to be gorilla tight, baby tight, and a little bit is good. Okay, so the accelerator rail assembly's back in. Let's get our ball box, pardon me, ball doors back in the ball box. We're almost there. All right, plastic retainer clips, bottom and top. Two screws, flat washer, and a nylock nut on the inboard side. Okay. Oh, I found that little washer I dropped before. Great. Now I don't have to go hunting. Clip 1, clip 2. Two screws are in. Almost there. We get this one going, get the bottom one going. Ugh. I'm getting tired. I don't feel like having a long-winded conversation to fill dead air right now. I'm just looking to get this done. All right. 10mm on a wobbly. Baby tight on these. You are tightening into plastic. If you over tighten, you will deform the plastic, and that would be bad. Really what you're looking for is just a thread or two to stick out of the nylon of that nylock nut. Alright, ball doors are back in. Let's put our tension springs back on. 1 and 2 is coming up. Come on, get on there. Okay. Return springs are back on. We need to get our guards back in place here. Pin deflectors. Top bolts on. Bottom bolt coming in. Somebody has marked with a Sharpie around the outside of the flat washers here. So I've got a good place to kind of ballpark, line it back up, set it and forget it kind of thing. Yeah, that's close. We could be a little bit higher. That was, you're looking for about a 5mm gap between the T-band and the bottom of that pin deflector. Don't understand why this is so difficult for me right now. There we go. Like I said, I'm getting tired. Lock washer. I'm missing a lock washer. Ow! I just ran my head into that. Oh boy. Well, I do not know where... Oh, there it is, right under my knee. Good. Alright. 0 downtime for missing hardware. That's good. That's not always the case. Sometimes you drop something and it rolls away and you will find it in a couple years. Go down just a little bit right there. All right, we are done.